Today's wee little video on metabolic health is going to be a fun one because we are going over alcohol detoxification, what actually happens in your brain when you're drunk, and a little bit about how alcohol causes fatty liver disease. So in this little glass of water and cranberry juice, let's just pretend this is 9 ounces of red wine. If this is 9 ounces of red wine, there's about 20 grams of alcohol in here. One little shot of tequila has about 14 grams of alcohol, and then your standard Corona bottle of beer, 12 ounces, has about 14 grams of alcohol as well. And what actually happens when you start drinking your wine or your beer or you're taking shots of tequila, that alcohol is being absorbed directly into your blood from your stomach and from your small intestine. So the alcohol molecule, or ethanol, is really unique from protein, carbohydrates, sugar, or fat because it is so small and it's slightly lipophilic that it will be absorbed directly into your blood from your stomach. And as soon as that alcohol starts hitting your blood, it's going straight to your brain, straight to your heart, to your muscles, to your kidney, and to your liver. And because alcohol is directly entering your blood before it's being detoxified by your liver, it can go straight to your brain and enter your brain and start causing drunkenness. Because alcohol is small and it is slightly lipophilic, it is going to diffuse over your blood-brain barrier and start directly affecting your neurons in your brain, literally making you drunk. So when alcohol is actually showing up in your brain and it's making you drunk, this is because it is increasing GABA, increasing dopamine and serotonin, and it's causing more release of endorphins, giving you this feeling of euphoria. So GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and alcohol can mimic GABA's effects. So when alcohol is pretending to be GABA in your brain, this is giving you feelings of like, calm, peaceful, happy, relaxed. It's anti-anxiety and it's calming, it's relaxing. Then another thing alcohol is doing in your brain to make you feel like super happy and excited is it's increasing dopamine and it's increasing serotonin. So alcohol is increasing and acting on your brain's reward system, making you just feel really good. And then another thing that alcohol is doing when you get these feelings of complete euphoria, this is because alcohol is stimulating the release of endorphins. And this literally just sends you into a complete feeling of just like good, peaceful, happy euphoria. Those are the positive effects of alcohol in your brain. And then obviously we all know alcohol is just not good for your brain. This is the bad side of alcohol in your brain. Ethanol, alcohol, is a toxin. Having this toxin literally show up in your brain is causing a huge amount of oxidative stress and damage, and it can cause death to your neurons. Your neurons are your brain cells. You need your brain cells so you can think, remember, feel good, feel happy. To have any sort of cognitive function, you kind of need your brain cells. So alcohol is causing death to your neurons, and it's causing huge amounts of neuronal dysfunction. So once you start to get like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like just so many glasses of alcohol in, all this ethanol is flooding your system and completely overwhelming your brain. And this is when you start to see more severe effects of alcohol intoxication. So this is when someone's going to start experiencing loss of consciousness, complete loss of emotional control. They have no idea what they're saying. They're not going to be forming any memories at this point, and you risk the consequences of seizure, coma, or in super extreme cases, this can cause death. And then as a huge consequence of drinking so much alcohol, alcohol is a toxin. If this toxin keeps on showing up in your brain, you cause toxicity, and what comes along with that toxicity is increased oxidative stress, increased inflammation. So even after the night out, a week after, 2 or 3 days after you had a ton of drinking, your brain is still experiencing all this inflammation from having so much toxin show up. It's going to impair chemical signaling. It's going to impair cognitive function or your capacity to think, work, or even remember a few days after you're drinking, and it's really not good. So one of the reasons why alcohol can make you drunk so quickly is because it is being directly absorbed into your blood and then from there traveling straight to your brain before it passes through your liver. And your liver is the only organ in your body that is capable of detoxifying alcohol. And so as soon as your liver's rate of alcohol detoxification is surpassing the rate at which alcohol is causing intoxication in your brain, you're gonna start to lose the effects of drunkenness. Like the effects of alcohol in your brain are wearing off as soon as your liver detoxification starts picking up. So here's what's happening in your liver. Ethanol shows up into your liver cells and it encounters the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase oxidizes alcohol to form acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is also directly toxic. It's hepatotoxic and it's toxic to your liver, which is literally what hepatotoxic means. But this is really bad and this cannot just hang out in your liver. So then we use the enzyme ALDH, acetaldehyde dehydrogenase, and we use that to oxidize acetaldehyde into acetate. And two super important things I want you guys to pay attention to here is ADH, alcohol dehydrogenase, is saturable. It has a maximum capacity and we cannot just throw endless amounts of alcohol in it. At some point, it will saturate and it will not be able to process any more alcohol. And then another critical thing to notice here is that we are using NAD to oxidize alcohol and we are using NAD to oxidize acetaldehyde. If we are using NAD to cause oxidation, then we are putting in NAD and spitting out NADH. If you are drinking so much alcohol and we are running these reactions at super high rates, we are spitting out more and more NADH. And recall from the video on alcohol dehydrogenase and lactate dehydrogenase, when we have increasing levels of NADH and decreasing levels of NAD, this causes huge amounts of metabolic dysfunction because NADH signals energy abundance. Basically, what that means is it's gonna slow down oxidative metabolism and it's gonna slow down the TCA cycle. So when you have this huge amount of NADH, you're impairing glucose metabolism and you're impairing fatty acid metabolism and you're causing a bunch of metabolic distress in your liver. It's not good. And the other key thing here is that as this NADH increases and NAD plus decreases, when we deplete the NAD pool, we can't really run the second half of this reaction and we get stuck at acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is what's really strongly involved in fatty liver disease because this can block the export of fatty acids leaving your liver. Acetaldehyde is gonna stop your liver from exporting VLDL particles. VLDL particles are very low density lipoprotein. They are how your liver sends fats to other cells in your body. So if you just ate a super high fat meal, maybe you're just super hammered and you went to your local kebab shop or you got a great big pizza. Now you have so much fat showing up in your liver's gonna try to form a VLDL particle and export that to your fat cells where it can safely send all those fats to your fat tissue to store them. If you have all this metabolic dysfunction going on in your liver and you have high acetaldehyde in your liver, you cannot export that VLDL particle full of fat. It gets stuck in your liver. So this is why chronic alcoholism is associated or literally causes fatty liver disease. The fat is stuck in your liver because of this acetaldehyde toxic molecule. Now let's talk about alcohol tolerance. And everybody kind of already knows that if you keep on drinking, at some point you're gonna decrease sensitivity to alcohol. Basically what this means is that every time you drink, you need to drink more and more to actually feel drunk and to get the same feeling that you did the very first time you had your drink. So what's happening when you're developing alcohol tolerance is inside of your mitochondria, inside of your liver cells, you are overwhelming alcohol dehydrogenase and you are severely depleting NAD plus such that you cannot detoxify alcohol through this pathway anymore. Now your liver is literally like overflowing with this ethanol, but ethanol is still directly toxic. We cannot just let it hang out in your liver and cause toxicity. We have to detoxify it. So this is when your liver is going to start to activate the MEOS pathway. This is like your overflow pathway of alcohol detoxification. And this system is going on in your liver, in your smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And basically what this whole little system is, it's like an electron transport chain that has alcohol oxidation over here and NADPH oxidation over here. And this NADPH oxidation is coupled to the ethanol oxidation through all this fancy electron passing. So let's just quickly speed on through this, and then that'll be it for the video on alcohol detoxification. So right over here, we start with NADPH. NADPH passes an electron to FAD, and FAD becomes FADH2. FADH2 passes its electron to FMN, FMN becomes FMNH2. FMNH2 passes an electron to cytochrome P450. Cytochrome P450 is able to be increased expression. Your body is able to increase the expression of cytochrome P450, and this is critical to developing alcohol tolerance. So let's keep following this electron bumping pathway. Oxidized cytochrome P450 accepts an electron from FMNH2 and it becomes reduced cytochrome P450. Now that cytochrome P450 is reduced, it's holding on to an electron, it's holding on to an extra electron. Oxygen and a hydrogen come in and they take an electron and we spit out water. Then up here, alcohol comes in with an oxygen molecule and we spit out acetaldehyde, and cytochrome P450 is oxidized again, and now we have just spat out acetaldehyde. Ethanol has been taken care of, ethanol has been detoxed, but we still have toxic acetaldehyde up here, and acetaldehyde in your liver is not a good situation because, as we already went over, acetaldehyde is impairing the export of VLDL in your liver, and it's leaving your liver stuck with all these fatty acid particles, causing fatty liver disease. This pathway is what gives you alcohol tolerance. You can make more cytochrome P450 in your smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and you're gonna be making more as more alcohol shows up. This is why you need more alcohol to be drunk, or this is why you keep on needing to drink more alcohol to get the same effects, because your body just gets better and better at detoxifying it. As soon as this ethanol is turned into acetaldehyde, you're not drunk anymore. There is no more ethanol able to act in your brain. It's gone. If this is getting more efficient, then you need to outsmart the system, which is not, outsmarting is a bad word because it's not smart to keep on drinking more alcohol, but like if you are outsmarting the system, you can just drink more and overwhelm this guy's capacity. But you will start to make more of this pathway and you will start to catch up to your alcohol consumption, and then you're gonna build tolerance. Okay, that was everything I wanted to discuss in today's wee little video on alcohol toxicity, what it means to be drunk, and fatty liver disease. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel so I can keep on putting more fun, exciting metabolic health and biochemistry related topics out there. You guys have no idea how much it helps me when you press that like and subscribe button, so make sure you do that. And then if you want to get a complete set of notes, you can go to my website, nutritionbyelsa.com. Most of my videos will have some set of notes available for you. So go over to my website and get those notes. And I hope you all have such a rocking day. Goodbye, everybody.